The countdown for Sunita Williams' much-awaited return to Earth has begun. After more than 9 months at the International Space Station, NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Williams are now preparing for splashdown off the coast of Florida. Following a crew swap over the weekend, the pair, along with 2 other astronauts, are set to board a replacement SpaceX capsule bound for Earth. The duo has started donning their suits and preparing for the hatch closure, with undocking scheduled for 10:30 a.m. Indian time today. NASA has confirmed that the ocean splashdown will take place at approximately 3:27 a.m. Indian time on March 19, that is tomorrow. Initially set for Wednesday, the return was advanced due to unfavorable weather later in the week. Wilmore and Williams, who have been aboard the ISS since June last year, will return alongside another American astronaut and a Russian cosmonaut. Their return was delayed due to propulsion issues with the Boeing Starliner spacecraft, which prevented them from coming back earlier. Now, the mission's success will mark the end of their extended stay in space, with the astronauts now one step closer to reuniting with their families. And currently we are showing you the live visuals. The return process has started. The hatch closure process began at 8:15 a.m. and the next step will be taking place at after 10 a.m. today, and 3:27 a.m. March 19 is the time of the splashdown. And we're now being joined by Dr. B.K. Tyagi, who is an ex-scientist at Vigyan Parasar, Department of Science and Technology. Dr. Tyagi, a very good morning to you. The countdown has begun. Sunita Williams and Wilmore are just a few hours away from the splashdown. But to help us understand what led to this delay of 9 months, a mission that was meant for 8 days turned into 9 long months.
Yeah. I think you have to understand that the memory of Kalpana Chawla, that Challenger disaster was there, and when initially when they went there, there was some problem, but anyhow it was managed, and they were into the space station. But bringing them back with the same vehicle or with the say a space ship, it was a bit risky in the sense like there was a leakage of helium gas, and the booster was not working properly, and also the risk which was assessed. It all the parameter was showing that high risk area, because you remember in the case of the Challenger, the one insulating plate was separated, and the risk which was calculated was it was said like it is not that much danger, but it's turned out to be a fiasco. So this time the full care was taken off, and finally it was decided that it will not be the same spaceship but different one. SpaceX the has gone, which is bringing them back, which is a, you can see, a private space shuttle in a way. So the idea was to avoid any just minimize, or in fact in the negative, the risk factor that was very important to bring them safely to the Earth. And this was the reason for a 9 month delay, because 2 3 times it was tried, but all the time the risk factor which was uh, 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 which was there, it could not be totally removed. So that's why this there was a delay and delay and delay, and it's totally in a 9 month. But in a way, it was good. It's more than 150 experiment has been done, and it has shown the strength of Sunita William and the Wilmore, in the sense like uh, 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 they can stay there for as long. They have been there for 8 months, but this was a exceptionally very courageous act on their part, and I salute both of them, and I pray they are safe for a return to the earth, meeting with their family members. Yeah.
Absolutely, Dr. Tyagi. What are the physical challenges that the 2 astronauts are likely to face once they return to Earth?
Yeah, because see, you have to understand that they are living in a microgravity. That is no gravity. So your muscles are not doing any work. So and they may get freeze. So they when they return to Earth, fighting with the standing with against the gravity of Earth will be difficult because the muscles has not that strength. So, but they were as a part of the training to astronaut. This is done when they are in space. They have to do certain exercises to keep their muscles in a in a proper shape, in a proper position. So the health factor will be there because they have to acclimatize. They were there for 9 months. Now they have to acclimatize to a new atmosphere, directly into the atmosphere. Plus the body thing, because there are a lot of psychological and physical changes when you are living in the microgravity, and now they have to you know adjust to the condition on Earth. So it will take some time. They will be under observation, and once they found to be fit to adjust properly, absolutely to the Earth atmosphere, to the condition here, I think then they will be uh, free to roam around. Yeah. So there are definitely psychological, there are changes at the psychological level and the physical level. Because you look at your body, there's no gravity. So how the digestion will take place? So if now you are into a gravity, so then your body had to adjust according to the new atmosphere or new environment. So it will take some time for them to be adjusted. No doubt they were doing proper exercises to keep them physically fit. And in fact, I have seen the video on the social media, the way the Sunita William has welcomed the new crew member. It was really very, I was happy to see that she was so excited and full of energy. So I hope she's perfectly all right health wise, physically and mental health, and both of them. And they will be soon acclimatized to the new scenario, new situation, and they will lead their normal life.
Dr. Tyagi, how long does it usually take to, physically recover after such a long stay in the space?
It depend. It depend. It's generally there is no such hard and fast rule. It depend like what was their condition, because it was they were there. They initially they were only for 8 months, but for 9 months you can see such a long time. So definitely there will be where they were not ready. No doubt they have kept themselves to be physically fit, but it has to be observed properly, and only the doctors or the people who have to check their health condition can tell in what after how much time they will lead to the or to be they will be normal, or they can lead the normal life, because after reaching here it will be difficult for them to even to stand up in a normal situation because of the muscles muscles has not worked for 9 months. So you can imagine, so that physical exercises and also the mental pressure, it all has to be released before so in this case, it was again, no doubt that Miss Sunita William has already a record. She has almost completed 320 days, 22 days in total in space. But this was, but when they were going there, it was with a plan. But this time it was unplanned. So that pressure was also there. So it has to be closely monitored, watched, and then it has to be declared by the medical team and by what time they will be fully normal. So we have to see that, because just now it is very difficult to say anything about that.
Right. Dr. Tyagi, also, are there any further challenges? We know the return process has already begun. Are there any further challenges for NASA while bringing the astronauts back to Earth?
See, this is a very a difficult or complicated process. You know, there are so many systems, subsystem, and the system as a whole is working. So till the time they reach here safely, because it is a reusable vehicle, like a normal plane, it will go into this. It will penetrate through the atmosphere, and then when it will come to a height, it will be like flying like a normal aeroplane. So till the time they reach here, land here safely, come out from the capsule safely, we have to keep our finger across. No doubt, all that health parameter, sorry, the risk factor and all that has been zero down. But uh, 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 I pray only they should come here safely. As such, technically, which has been assessed by risk people and all that, it is not so, because that's why this spaceship was sent. So docking, undocking, all there are so many complicated procedure and maneuvers which has to be done automatically and physically. So we have to wait for that golden moment till they are reaching here safely. Yeah.
Right. Also, Dr. Tyagi, how do the astronauts mentally cope up, given that this was such an extended stay, and you were also mentioning about 150 experiments that they carried out while being
Yeah.
on the ISS. So, could you give us more details on that?
I think all some for 8 days actually the experiments were planned initially for the 8 days, but there are many things how like observing Earth and the system as a living planet and all that, and then also some more experiment. I don't have at present those details because many of them was also not. Who were in the public domain. They all were, but the situation is that they were not mentally ready for such a long, But before they, one has to become a perfect astronaut, fit for to be going into the space. There is a vigorous training here into the zero gravity, microgravity, uh, checking their mental and physical health parameter, everything. So this was as a eventuality. It was, I think, not in anticipation, but I think as part of their training and also their connectivity from the ground, they were being guided by the ground staff how to keep themselves fit for that. And I think they have maintained what initially it looked like both of them are in a perfect condition mentally and physical state. But what are the
Right.
when they will reach here? It has to be there is a time to acclimatize to the new situation from microgravity to
All
proper
right.
gravity. Yeah.
Dr. B.K. Tyagi, thank you so much for speaking with Mirror Now and sharing those insights
Thank
and
you.
details. The world is looking at the process. The return process has already begun. The countdown has begun. All eyes are now on the splashdown. We're just a few hours away from the return of Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore on Earth. With that, we're now